Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and it looks like I didn't film an intro for this video, which is very strange, so I'm doing it now. This is a how to pose video for Marvel Nendoroids, and in the video I already started off with Captain America, so I guess there was some footage that was lost. I don't know what happened, but that's what this video is about, so stick around if you're interested in that. Hope you enjoy. I've already gotten started here, and I want it to be as dynamic as possible, so they're not going to be in these static statue poses. I want them to be doing something related to their character. So for instance, we got Cap right here, the soldier. So this is the first one, just a generic running pose, but he's the leader, so he should be front and center. And right now I'm working on the Spider-Man one, so see you in a second when that one's done. And here we have the Spider-Man pose that I chose. I sort of want this to look like a comic book cover of all the Avengers sort of exploding out into different directions, and I like this pose. And this is still one of my favorite Nendoroids of all time. So yeah, we got two of the heroes up there. Let's move on to Iron Man. And here we have just a normal flying Iron Man pose, and I chose the Iron Man Mark 85 just because of how clean it looks, and also it's the classic red and gold, similar to his original version, so that's why I have this. I like that. I might make Spider-Man taller here, but it's looking good so far. So after this, let's do another classic. Let's do Thor. Okay, here is a kit bash of Thors, but I think it makes the point of looking like the classic Thor. It's a kit bash of the Thor from the bodies from Infinity War, the heads from Endgame, and the lightning and helmet are from Ragnarok, and this is from Endgame as well. So yeah, I think there's not a perfect Thor yet in my opinion, but in the new movie I think he'll get the classic costume just like these two got in the end of their stories. So I think that's what Marvel's going to be doing. Let's get Captain Marvel in there. Yeah, let's put her right there. Okay, and this pose I like, but I'm not sure it fits too well into this display. I might have to change it up a little bit, but I do like the pose. So that might change in a sec here, but I just wanted to sort of look around and see how this is turning out, and I do like it. But that pose right back there is throwing it off for me just a little bit for some reason, so I'm gonna figure out why. Okay, so I think I got it, and I think I didn't like the first one before because it was too similar to Thor's pose with just one arm going forward, propelling them. And I kind of like that Carol now is in a brawl mode instead of just a more heroic generic pose. So I think I like this. I think I like how this is going. There's a lot of red and blue going on right here, so might have to break up the colors a little bit as well. I think Doctor Strange should be next, and I think he's gonna go right there. So let's see what that looks like. All right, and this is the pose I have chosen for Doctor Strange. Still, again, one of my favorite Nendoroids ever. I think the sculpt and just translation of the character looks really good. Taking a look back, maybe he's a little bit too far forward. Maybe have him a little bit with his back to the table. Yeah, I like how that looks. I just want to be able so that if you look at it at all angles, there's something of interest going on. So I think that looks pretty good. I think next is going to be Black Panther, and I think he's going to go right there. Okay, so I have Black Panther here, and I added Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't have the taller Nendoroid here because I kind of like that they're small and there's size variation here. I moved Iron Man a bit back. If they ever make a good Hulk, he'll go there in the center, but for now, Iron Man's there. I'm liking how this looks a lot more than I did. There's an empty gap here. I think Black Widow will go here. You got something to say? Amazing. That's really amazing. So yeah, I think Black Widow should go here or over here, but I want her to be in sort of this original team right here. And yeah, I'm liking how this looks. Doctor Strange is also up there. That's a pose that I had him in before, so looks good. Who's next? Natalie, you choose.
Loki.
Loki, because of the show. And here I have my chosen Loki pose, and I actually haven't taken the time to appreciate this figure, and I'm watching the Loki show now, and it looks really good. And as you can see, the hair is not the actual Ragnarok Loki hair that's currently over there. This is actually the Sebastian Stan Infinity War hair, but it's both long hair, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And this pose, again, I like that. He's kind of off, not doing this whole thing, but he's still part of one of the good guys.
Unlike Kuma, who's one of the bad guys.
Oh, good boy. Good boy. Looking at it, I mean, it feels disjointed because that's over there now. Iron Man's kind of in an awkward pose now, but I'm gonna keep working. Keep working on it. Who else is next? Got Rocket, but I kind of wanted to go with StarLord and Nebula, which I haven't reviewed yet. Deadpool. This is my favorite pose of Deadpool. I think he's been in this pose since I'm gonna sneak him around back, because he's not really a hero, but he is definitely part of the Marvel universe. So, and I like him next to Spider-Man as well. We have these.
Where will Don Cheadle go, though?
We have these three characters. Where will Don Cheadle go? I think I'll do him next. Here's his Iron Patriot look, but here's his also smaller, tiny, inferior version. He's getting his own show on Disney Plus, so it's likely that we'll get a Nendoroid of him later on, but for now, this is the only War Machine Nendoroid that I have. So let's mess with him next. And then I got the Spider-Verse figures, which aren't part of that universe, but that's what we're doing today. And here's the final Avenger on this display, Don Cheadle's War Machine, or Iron Patriot in this case, and I like how that looks. Actually, it looks pretty good. I have Rocket right here, but eventually, as you can tell, I'm missing a few Avengers, and some of the reason for that is a few of them I haven't reviewed yet, and a few of them I don't like their designs at all, so I'm not gonna buy them.
What?
Like what? Like the Hawkeye figure? It's pretty ugly. Hulk? The Hulk figure looks pretty ugly, but I'd be okay with it if he was actually look like Hulk and not whatever this is. I'll put a picture up. But Rocket here, he's missing his Guardians friends, and I do have StarLord and Nebula. I just haven't reviewed them yet. I'm writing StarLords right now. But backing off of this, I'm liking how this looks, especially from this angle. It's hard to see some of the characters from other angles, but that's the sweet spot right there. Got Deadpool back there, being mischievous, and I was gonna add Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen, but I decided they belong in the Spider-Verse shelf, just where all the other Spider-Man stuff I have goes. So they're back there. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which, you know, may mix with this Spider-Man, you know, Spider-Man 3. As you could tell, I'm also missing characters that haven't even been announced yet, like a Nick Fury, or I'm sure Shang-Chi will get a Nendoroid, so he'll go up there eventually. I think the Nick Fury Nendoroid would come with a tiny little Kobe Smulders.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it is pretty sad. I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, a better looking Thor, although this one's actually kind of like how that turned out. There are some that have been announced as well that I don't have yet because they were just announced. So Winter Soldier and new Captain America. I think that looks pretty good in here. WandaVision. We need a Nendoroid Wanda and Vision. We just, especially in her new costume. Vision. Yeah. Those are the ones I was thinking of. Thank you, Natalie. I'm sure we'll get probably a re-release of this Loki or a new one from his time in the TVA. Maybe,
sexy Loki, please.
Maybe with a tiny little Owen Wilson. That'd be kind of cute. Or I'm gonna put a spoiler. I'm gonna bleep it maybe, but female Loki. Maybe possibly get that. But this is the Avengers so far in terms of what I have, and I'm liking how it looks. Need Black Widow here to fill out the cast, but that is that. The reason I make these videos is that it serves me a purpose to sort of redo my collection and breathe some new life into it, because I don't want it to get too stagnant. It gives me an excuse to do that. It's also important to go back to things that you already have and spend time with them, because you don't want them just to sit on a shelf and rot.
Spent money on them. A lot of money on them.
You spent money on them and they deserve your attention every now and then. Also, as you could tell from the beginning picture that I took, I didn't know what to do with these. Like, I didn't have a lot of inspiration. I didn't take time out of my day. This took a while. I know the video is probably only going to be 10 to 15 minutes long, but it took me multiple hours just to sort of play around and mess around with stuff. And that's important if you want to have a nice, happy, healthy life and collection. So
But not a happy, healthy girlfriend.
you should you should be proud of the things that you bought, and you should want to display them, and you need to take the time out of your day to display them how do I say this? Part of the fun is setting them up. Part of the fun is maybe someone comes in and looks at your collection and they're like, oh wow, I know those people, I know those characters. I don't know. No one's gonna know these things like you know them, but they might appreciate the effort and time that you put into displaying it, and that's all I'm trying to say. So if you like this let's pose, I don't know what to call it. It's a how to pose video, but it's just me rambling for a long time. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.